Intro video to AdHit Profits. It's a program now that's about 5 months old. It's gone through a couple of changes through growth and evolution. So I'm just here to walk you through what the program is and what it involves. Firstly, it is a passive income. There is no selling and no recruiting necessary, and it is very easy to understand. It is not an investment. That's an important point to remember. It is an advertising platform. There are two ways you can earn. One is through commission. So if you do decide to bring in other people, recruit others, you can earn very well through that. Or if you decide to be a passive member, then you can gain quite easily through revenue share. And that revenue share is up to a certain value depending on the product that you buy. I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes' time. So AdHit's first launched April 8th of this year, 2013, 9am, and it is run by a gentleman called Charles Scovel. Is based in America, and one thing about Charles is he's wonderful at communication. He gave me a whole hour of his time in the early days via Skype. Payments are very fast. STP, if you have an account with them, they are instant. The other ones are very fast. They're very transparent. They don't have anything to hide because there isn't anything to hide. They have a daily webinar called an opportunity webinar, and then a weekly webinar on a Thursday night, which gives you more information about what is happening and the various updates and so on and so forth. The whole thing is very simple. Two things mainly to understand. Once you grasp those, it's very easy to understand. And it's a very impressive and sustainable model. I will tell you why as we go through this slideshow. So the two products really, first one is a $45 ad pack. It will give you 1,000 visitors to your website via what we call a directory listing. If you do not have a website to promote or do not have interest in advertising, and it doesn't matter, because by buying the $45 ad pack you are entitling yourself to a share of the revenue pool. Your commitment is just to click on 10 adverts per day. We are given those 10 adverts, so it's a very simple process of logging in, viewing each one for 10 seconds, and then logging back out if you so wish. And by doing so, you'll get a 25% profit over an unspecified number of days. The reason why it's an unspecified number is because they don't give you a set percentage per day, because there is no way of knowing how much revenue is coming in per day that gets distributed between everyone. So depending on how much revenue comes in, it depends on how much we get as a return for that day. And a $45 ad pack will mature at $56.25, leaving us with an $11.25 profit for each ad pack. And the second product is a $10 mini ad pack. This time it's on 200,000 text views. And again, if you don't have anything to display in a text ad, it doesn't matter, because by buying that ad pack, you get a share of the revenue pool. And again, the same 10 ads per day, same commitment, same 25%, same unspecified number of days. And now they mature at a different number and give you a different profit, because it's a cheaper ad pack. So the important point, having said all of that, is it sustainable? And if so, how is it done? Because many people have heard it all before. Different high yield investment programs promise the world, say they're forex trading, binary trading, stock market, oils, precious metals, be what it will, and they just disappear overnight, probably because they aren't genuinely getting any money. So for AdHit Profits, the sources of income are genuine, and they are as follows. Firstly, we have a leadership banner ad. This is the ad that stands out across the top of the page when you first log in. I will show you soon which I'm on about. And they are for a budget around about $400 to $1,000 for a week or a month to display. And then the more popular type of advertising is pay-per-click. This is the same as Facebook and Google, what they offer. Banner ads ranging in all different sizes there, and a minimum of $10 only to advertise, up to $100 as the minimum budget there. And forum advertising, that is where some of the adverts appear. And then we have vacation mode. You can buy a vacation for $25, and that means that you do not have to click your ads for an entire week, but yet you still gain your revenue share. Auto repurchase, that means that every time your account balance hits a certain amount, you will then auto repurchase an additional ad pack. And there's a $1 convenience charge for that. So you don't have to do it manually, the system does it for you. And then there's guaranteed advertising packages too that are also available. And then Easy Bonds shared transaction fees every time. If you decide to use Easy Bonds as your payment processor, every time you withdraw, you incur a $2 fee. 25 cents of that goes into the revenue share pool. And then, of course, we have the $45 and $10 ad pack purchases that we buy. Those two get distributed between everyone. And the future, well, since I've been a member, things are always changing, and I always think that they're changing for the better as well. Charles, the owner, is always coming up with new ways to increase revenue and, of course, to distribute revenue. So, an important point, it's vitally important this is understood, that Added Profits is not a high yield investment program. So, when the revenue appears in your account balance, it's from actual purchases. If no advertising is bought on any day, you will not earn any money. So the money is always there before it's given to you, and that is unlike all the HYIPs and the Ponzi programs. They place a daily percentage in your account, and you have no idea of knowing that the actual cash is there or not. And often they have delays and excuses and so on because they're playing catch up. And then if they can't catch up, they often just close, or they'll just close anyway. High yield investment programs are the complete opposite to Added Profits. So there are multiple ways to earn, which I touched on in one of the first slides. Revenue share is the first one. So we are paid every half hour based on incoming advertising revenue, and then withdrawals are completed every 24 hours or within 24 hours. I use Easy Bonds, and I've never had to wait more than 6 hours. STP is instant because of the software and instant payment processing that they use. And then there's commission. You get paid 10%. If you refer someone and they buy advertising, then you get 10% of whatever they purchase. The remaining 90% gets distributed between all members. And then it's only one level deep, so there's no multi-level marketing involved here, no pyramid schemes, nothing like that. It is simply one level deep, and you get 10%. And it offers that 10% on initial purchases and repurchases, which is a good point, because a lot of high yield investment programs only offer commission on purchases. They simply could not afford to do it on repurchases because that would deplete their funds too fast, and the program would last for a shorter amount of time than they do anyway. So the very fact that there's repurchases involved just solidifies how much of a genuine program it is. So then often people start wondering about this problem here, the revenue share dilution. Surely the more people involved in a program, the less each individual person would get. You would think that would be the case, so therefore you adopt the mentality of get in first or as close as you can to the program beginning, and get out early as soon as you made your profit, which is otherwise known as a hit and run. Charles has put a lot of measures in to stop that from happening. So it was a concern of mine at the very beginning, but it is no longer a concern now because there are limits on what can and can't be done. So the limits are there to prevent those hit and runners. It's there to ensure equal treatment and to ensure a realistic distribution of revenue share. So the $45 ad packs, you're only allowed one in the system at one time. So people can't just dump $1 million in and then take all the revenue and disappear. It doesn't work like that. It's fairer that if you've got a lot of money, you're at no more of an advantage than someone who has $45. So one active at one time. The remainder of shares, if you want to buy more at one time, will simply wait in a queue, and as soon as that $45 ad pack has matured to $56.25, the next one will become activated. And the same goes for the $10 ad packs, except you're allowed 100 at a time rather than just one at a time. And again, anything above 100 is waiting in a queue until the first one becomes inactive. So as a result of that and the result of the limits, the $10 ad packs didn't start until recently, the 20th of August. And since then we have seen a pretty decent return, peaks and troughs as you would expect. And I can see it continuing this way. It's very good. I mean, even just a 3.2% return, which has been the lowest, if that happened every day, I'm sure there'll be a lot of happy people out there. So we come on to the issue now of repurchasing. Repurchasing is simply when you purchase additional ad packs from the account balance you've had, which would come from either commissions or from the revenue pool that you've gained your entitlement from. So you repeat this process of repurchasing every time your balance allows, up to the $145 ad pack and $110, or beyond if you would like to build a queue for yourself. And if you do this, your earnings will literally skyrocket. You'll be very surprised at how fast they start to gain a bit of momentum. So the growth of ad hit profits, for me, it's easily the fastest growing thing I've ever seen. We're looking at 1.5 million page views daily and over 220k of unique viewers. This is just after 5 months. And the volume of traffic, well, we're ranked at 882 within just the 5 months, which is fantastic. Visit that link there for a bit of proof of that if you wish. This is the proof that I've provided. We've got that number there, 882, is the ranking that we've achieved in just that short period of time. So if we think about all of this so far, it really is a win-win situation. Members are motivated to visit the website for financial gain. It's a very good reason for a lot of people to go to a website. And the advertisers themselves, they pay premium rates to advertise on ad profits due to the opportunity to be seen by all these people that are visiting. So it results in cash for the members. They get the revenue share and commissions, and the advertisers get business coming to their websites so they can gain money as well. So if I liken this to Facebook for just 1 minute here. So members are motivated to visit the site for revenue, just like the members of the public are motivated to visit Facebook for all the social interaction tools that they provide, and there are many of them. Now, in both cases, high traffic means a high Alexa ranking. Facebook's number 1, we're number 882. Facebook is 10 years old, we are 5 months old. And then Alexa ranking attracts advertisers for us and for Facebook. And the more advertisers means the more revenue. But instead of just making the owner of Facebook rich, we are distributing this increasing number of revenue that's coming in amongst all of us. And the revenue that we get, it all maintains the motivation for us to continue visiting the site and recruiting others. So it's very much like Facebook. If we are anything like Facebook is now in 10 years' time, we will all be very well off, and ad hit profits will be a huge force in the online advertising industry. So this is the one of the shots, the screenshots here of ad hit profits. The Star City banner across the top is that leadership banner that I was talking about, and then all the ones running down the left-hand side. Those are just an example of the difference of a 1 by 25 by 125 banner there. So they will appear on the website through additional funding, not through the $45 ad pack. $45 ad pack is a directory listing which cannot be seen on the main site here. So again, the main difference is high yield investment programs or Ponzi's. They wouldn't have enough cash on hand if everyone decided to withdraw all of the balance, in inverted commas, in their accounts. Charles, the owner of Ad Hit Profits, he has stated that the greatest thing about it is if everyone withdrew at one time everything in their accounts, there would be absolutely the cash there for everyone to pay out, because that cash is real. It's what's come in, it's what's been distributed. So just a little bit about the online advertising industry. In 2012, 17 billion in revenue collected. It's huge, and that increased 14% on the year before that. So going into 2014 now and 15 and beyond, it's going to be a lot of money there that we want to try and attract to ad hit profits. And the same with a global trend, 96 to 2012, a lot of years gone by there, and a steep incline in the advertising revenue. That'll probably continue. Reminds me very much of the value of gold. And the payment processes, so an easy payment by Visa or MasterCard, and then Easy Bonds, EgoPay, and Solid Trust Pay are the three payment processes that are currently used. They all have their peak pros and cons, but Easy Bonds is direct from your bank and direct to your bank, whereas the other two have a few other sort of nuts and bolts involved. But I can easily explain anything to you because I have experience with them all. But MasterCard and Visa, extremely straightforward. So in a nutshell here, solid business model, pretty much the 24-hour window to have the payments received. It often happens in less time. A very impressive Alexa ranking. The profits are variable because it's all based on real income. Money arrives first, it's dispersed second. There's never any playing catch up like Ponzi schemes. Every half an hour, whatever amount of money has come in during that half hour is distributed. We're not looking at a daily distribution. And it can be, of course, totally passive. You don't have to get anybody else involved. You can just make a purchase and get the revenue share. So it's secure, very secure. It's reliable and consistent with withdrawals. Three incredibly important points there. And what you've got to remember is that this revenue share you get, the 3.2% dailies minimum that we've been experiencing recently, it surpasses any high street bank. So really, if you're sort of on the fence about this and wondering, that the worst case scenario really is as follows, is that your daily profit share split is reduced lower than what your expectations are. And because there is no repurchase rate, you aren't forced to buy more advertising upon withdrawal, then the best approach would be to let all of your packs mature, don't repurchase at all, collect your 25% profit, withdraw 100% of those earnings, and then just put ad hit profits behind you. I don't think that anyone would want to do that unless, of course, their financial circumstances required it. But once you've gained that profit, you see how it works, and you understand the website, the program, there's no need to leave. And the maximum ad packs, so you have $110 at the moment, one $45, the greater your earnings will be. So if you're interested in signing up, I suggest that you create a payment processor account, because even if you do pay by Visa card or MasterCard, you will be required to withdraw it at some point. And then create an ad hit profits account. Please go to my link that you see there and sign up that way. And then, of course, purchase your ad packs on the website via the payment processor. And then all you've got to do is click your ads and watch your daily revenue accumulate. So if you are interested, I am contactable on email, Skype or phone. Email me first and we can arrange anything with the Skype and the phone. But I do hope that you found this informative, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And thank you for watching.